What up, kiddos? Welcome back to The War, and it's your girl, Bunny. If you've got Netflix or Facebook, you know what movie I'm about to talk about, because it's in the title. Now, I'm not going to give away the story, but I'm going to talk about the characters and what I liked about the movie just a little bit, so this is a spoiler-free video. For the most part. But that's mostly because I want you to see this movie for yourself and judge for yourself. I might end up doing a full review if you guys want me to. So, you know, you can just make that request and I will do it because I'm a people pleaser. Sometimes to a fault. And also at the end of this video, I'll be doing a charity shout out to Tindog Bicol. More information on that in the end, so please stick around till the end of the video. Hayop Ka is a movie that I've been waiting for years. English title, You Son of a Bitch. I don't remember what year they first announced it, but I have been waiting, anticipating for its release for years. It is the very first Filipino animated film that I've ever seen. I don't know if we have any more, because if we do, that would be awesome and I would love to watch them, but so far this is the only one I've ever seen. And it's sort of set like in an animal world and there's a lot of sexual innuendos. So in the spirit of that movie, I am going to be making as many double entendres as possible, both for animals and sexual references, but mostly animals. And by the end of this video, you'll be begging me to stop. So why do I like this movie so much? Well, obviously because it's got everything you could ever want in a movie. It's got drama, action, fighting, crying, sexy time, romance, and cute little froggy boys. It's no secret that I absolutely adore animated movies. Some people would say they're just for kids. Well, I say nay. Animated movies and series is for everyone, except there are some things out there that definitely aren't for kids. Anyway, and yeah, people used to tell me to grow up and watch more mature shows, but joke's on them. I stopped growing when I was 12, and they can't tell me what to do because they're not the boss of me. Anyway, without further ado, let me introduce you to our characters. We have our main character, Nympha. Her dilemma with being the breadwinner of the family and, well, the relationship has led her to wanting more, which is a very relatable storyline to a lot of people.
I want more.
Now, I wouldn't be too quick to call her a shellfish character, though she did end up being a cheetah. Next we have Roger, the buff boyfriend who's very comfortable with his life. Which is nice and all, live your best life, diva. But like I said, the main issue of the movie is that Nympha wants something more than what she currently has, and Roger just wants to settle for what he's already got. But honestly, I think he reminds me more of titos who would sit around and drink Red Horse all day, you know, just hanging out in the canto and just making fun of everybody. And yeah, that's who I see this character as, to be completely honest. Next we have Germaline, the best friend. I'm a little bit biased toward this character because she is a bunny, like me. And honestly, she's a pretty neutral character to me because her intentions were clear from the very start. I'm pretty sure that nobody was surprised at what she did in the movie, which is something I'm not gonna say because that would be a spoiler. So you gotta go watch the movie. But man, what she did, I guess some people would find that messed up. I'd say I smell a rat, which is what I would say, but she's not a rodent, she's a rabbit, which is not classified under the order Rodentia, it's instead classified under the order Lagomorpha, which include rabbits, hares, and picas. There. That's a thing you know now. Next we have Mr. Inigo, Mr. Bad Bougie. He's in charge of a big old company and is, as he says, a very busy man. So you could say he works like a dog. And then we have Larry. He is the best boy, now and forever. Look, I've always had a soft spot for frogs my entire life. I think they're misunderstood and they're adorable, and I wish more people accepted them for the adorable little slime babies they really are. Because they are cute. Totally. Okay, so we're done talking about the characters. Let's move on to what I think about the movie itself. The original Tagalog dub was, of course, what I watched first and foremost. I enjoyed hearing the voices of some veteran voice artists, as well as the new ones, because they were really good. They embodied the characters pretty well, I would say. As an added bit, I'd like to point out that as somebody who grew up speaking more English than Tagalog and, you know, learning Tagalog later on in high school.
This is like, why so masa your taste, kuya?
Holy crap, is that how it sounded like? Like, grabe, they sound so konyo, so nakakaloka. And of course, to appeal to a wider audience, they had an English dub. Now, I liked the English dub. It wasn't bad at all. And although I was worried about how some of the jokes would translate, they still were able to kind of get the point across. Although there were times when they had to change the script up a little bit to keep the flow and to not lose the rest of the audience. Which is something that's totally fine because, you know, dubbing in itself is an art. But as someone who's watched anime my entire life, I know more than anybody how unbearable bad ones are. Spoiler alert, although it's really not a spoiler because this is obviously a very sexual kind of movie. There is a sex scene, but they don't show any parts. Although it makes me wonder what they would have shown in that case. Would it be the animal parts or the human part? I'm not gonna think about it, let's keep going. The sexy time scene cracked me up because it was such it was an insane moment when the art style changed so much and it was just so meme-ish. Like it reminds me of that one meme with the anime face. Yeah, that one. Now this style change actually happened a few times in the movie, most notably during that scene, plus, you know, a couple scenes where Roger was like really angry and just wailing on people. I mean animals. And like I said, this movie has fighting scenes and those fighting scenes were crazy. They were over the top and I love the ridiculousness of it. And I am not lying about that. Speaking of memes, if you look closely, you will see that there is an insertion of different types of memes in the background. You know, wherever they could put them, they did. Personally, I'm very happy about that. It's like a little Easter egg hunt. And it also had a lot of anime references, most notably Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia, and Food Wars. Honestly, each time you watch it, you notice something new in the background that's either like a pun or a reference to something. I would say at this point, this movie qualifies as one of my favorites. Also, the movie never took itself too seriously. I mean, the entire movie is kind of like a joke. It's kind of like a commentary on like the main plot of almost every single like romance, drama, teleserie, or feature film that we grew up watching. So yeah, it's a comedy for anybody who didn't know that. Wow, as if people wouldn't have gotten that, Karen. So obviously the people working on this movie really had fun with it. They really took it out for a ride. But as with any art form, there are critics and there are negative reviews. Anyway, the few issues that people had problems with it are 1, it's too sexual. 2, it's inappropriate for kids. 3, it teaches bad values because of the story. And 4, it's cringy. Yeah, that's the point. They did that on purpose. So I don't know if you've noticed, but as I mentioned earlier, there's like a million different teleserye and movies with the same overarching themes of unfaithfulness, drama, and catfights. That is like the one thing that Filipino households consume more than white rice, is teleserye. We actually didn't have TV for most of my time growing up because my mom didn't want us to have, you know, to grow up with our eyes glued to the television. But yeah, during summer vacation, we would stay at Lola's place and then, you know, when we were done eating, they would watch the teleseries together, like every single night. And yeah, all the shouting, the assault, the crying, the screaming, as they unironically zoomed in every 3 seconds was just kind of not my cup of tea. But if you like that, that's totally fine. Good on you. Just go for it. So yeah, watching shows with these kinds of themes every single night is just kind of like a regular occurrence in most Filipino households, as far as I know, because their ratings are through the roof. So that should at least say something. So obviously, kids would see them too. And if you're not worried about that, but you're worried about this, well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Oh, the humanity. And for those saying that it's cringy, I sincerely hope that you're not somebody who watches anime, because something that you may or may not realize is that people in Japan don't talk like this. So ka, atashi mo suki da yo. Shotaku. Oi, oi, oi. Omae wa nani da? Omae wa mou shinderu. Holy shit! この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。Then I got news for you. They don't. So your opinion on that is, I would say, irrelevant. Anyway, putting all of that aside, I appreciate this movie for what it is. I have literally never seen another Filipino animated film. I've seen a lot of shows, a lot of movies that have had Filipino animators work on them or have been outsourced to the Philippines for our animators to work on them, but I haven't seen one that was spearheaded and made by Filipinos for Filipinos and an international audience. So yeah, as of now, I don't know if there were any others released, but if there are, please drop them in the comments below because I would love to see them. I'm really glad for the global audience that this film has reached, and I really hope that this is the first of many more Filipino animated feature films. That was really specific. Alright, so I know I didn't make it very far on that double entendre counter, but I promise that I'll do better next time. And you know what? You can help make something better too. For the people of Bicol, it's been 1 week since Typhoon Ulysses and people still need our help all over the Philippines. Our friends at Tindog Bicol are raising funds to reach aid to 1,000 fishing and farming communities in Bicol, which were affected by both Rolly and Ulysses. So if you guys can donate money, food, masks, home supplies, anything is welcome. Now links will be in the description, so please do check it out and do what you can to help. And that's it for this video. Please leave a like, comment your favorite animal puns. I'm looking forward to those. Share this video with peeps who love animated stuff, or teleseries, or animals. Smash subscribe and hit that bell notifications for updates on my weekly videos. Now, I gotta go because my cat started talking to me and is trying to sell me perfume. Bye! Alright, be done soon. I'm almost done shooting.